vulnerable to attack.
The sharks would have been pretty much like modern sharks in that they would have attacked young animals, injured animals, sick animals, things like that.
With ginsus constantly on the prowl, juvenile mosasaurs are tempting targets. For years, scientists in the field found strange fossil remains of mosasaurs. Jaws with the teeth dissolved away, partial skulls, and bones that appeared etched by acid. Where these remains came from was a mystery. And then they figured it out.
Shark puke. The sharks would kill a small mosasaur, eat it, but they would regurgitate portions of the thing that had the teeth in it and some of the heavier bones. This is a group of bones, all that remains of a small mosasaur that was eaten by a shark.
Ginsus prey on mosasaurs that are sick or injured. When the sharks sense vulnerability, they close in for the kill. Sharks provide a good example of the feeding frenzy. When the smell of blood hits the water, all bets are off. But as mosasaurs evolve and become bigger, the tide of this battle begins to turn. Everything, including ginsu shark, goes on the menu.
A shark might be swimming around and trying to feed on a school of fish or other prey, and this mosasaur comes up behind him, then grabbed it before the shark or the other prey knew what was happening, and takes him and kind of swallows him in one gulp.
Scientists even suspect a giant mosasaur could scare off a school of sharks, stealing their hard-earned prey. Without the skills to compete with mosasaurs, the ginsu's reign as the ocean's top predator is over. Although the ginsu shark ruled for 15 million years, it took mosasaurs only 5 million years to wipe them out. With no place to hide and nothing left to eat, the megashark goes extinct. Next, the mosasaur would face off against one of the largest predators to ever roam the ocean's depths. These aquatic reptiles had reigned for over 100 million years, and they weren't about to give up. "82 million years ago, the mosasaur knocks off its prime competition, the ginsu shark. But with this adversary gone, mosasaur isn't the only megabeast left standing. It faces a group of giant, lethal predators with an equally bad attitude: the plesiosaurs. The short-necked plesiosaur looks like a dolphin from hell. Growing to lengths of over 15 feet, it sports a long bill filled with needle-sharp teeth. The long-necked plesiosaur has a body the size of an elephant, with a 2-ton, 25-foot neck. This creature's massive size makes it nearly invulnerable to attack. Mosasaur has its work cut out for it. Two nasty enemies with two very different hunting styles. The short necks are fast and furious.
They're basically going to chase a fish down. It's a high-speed race.
The long necks have a secret weapon.
These are sort of the stealth fighters of the Cretaceous. They've got a neck several times the length of the rest of the body, and they can literally surprise a school of fish because the head gets there so far in front of the rest of the body that the fish haven't really cued in that it's there yet.
Mosasaurs developed the skills to battle both these foes. The short-necked plesiosaurs are fast, just not fast enough. At over 40 feet, long-necked plesiosaurs use their size to scare off attackers. But the wily mosasaur turns its opponent's former advantage into an opportunity. It attacks the most vulnerable target. This is not an easy kill. The massive neck weighs 2 tons and is held together by steel-like ligaments, bones, and muscles. But mosasaur can generate enough torque to render this superstructure useless. Faced with extinction, the plesiosaurs change their hunting strategy. They find a way to coexist by getting out while the going is good, migrating to seas where there are fewer mosasaurs. Mosasaurs are the most successful predators to ever live in the ocean. In the course of 5 million years, they simply annihilate their competition. Mosasaurs rule the seas. But it is lonely at the top. Like many apex predators, mosasaurs are solitary creatures. The only reason they seek other mosasaurs is to breed. When it comes to mating, scientists base mosasaur behavior on today's monitor lizards.
And it's usually the male trying to drive the female out of his territory after mating has happened. So you talk about a short honeymoon, and they will occasionally sort of swim up and give, if you will, a love bite to the female that says, time for you to go.
This kind of aggressive behavior doesn't just play out during mating season. As mosasaurs become the dominant ocean species, an uncivil war begins.
We've got the fossil evidence that shows that mosasaurs killed other mosasaurs, and they didn't eat them. I mean, it wasn't for food.
Like many top species, once mosasaurs tame their world, they turn on each other. This will to kill would have been unstoppable. And where there is a will, there is a way. It is time to remake a monster. Mosasaur is born and bred to be a predator. But being the best hunter on the block doesn't always mean success. The seas are teeming with well-armed monsters willing to fight for the same thing: food. But this megabeast has an edge: a big mouth.
We've got an animal here. He doesn't chew you to pieces. He just swallows you in one chunk.
Successful predators are efficient predators, and mosasaurs define efficiency.
They were able to feed on large prey items, got a lot of energy with not a lot of energy output, and that made them mega predators in a very short time. The biggest advantage was their skull. Once you were in this trap, there was no way out except to go down the throat.
If you look at the teeth, they're used for subduing the prey, not for chewing. In fact, a mosasaur didn't chew its food. It tried to swallow the biggest pieces possible. You might say it had bad table manners. If you look at a modern-day Komodo dragon, they do the same thing. They might take a whole goat leg and try to swallow it all in one bite. Well, a Komodo dragon can get away with this because they're terrestrial. So there's 1.5 feet, 2 feet of goat leg sticking out the front of their mouth. They just slap their face into the ground and try to push it in their mouth.